welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Like the chairwoman, I've gotten a tremendous amount of positive feedback about your nomination. Many people out from our area stay very excited to have one of their own in this position. If you may remember, I represent the 4 counties out west, Wyoming, Livingston, Monroe, and Erie County. Kind of interesting to hear some Erie's population. Wyoming County's thriving population towers over us, 40,000 people, 46,000 cows.
Yeah.
Very proudly wear agriculture on their sleeve, as does the state, and being New York's #1 industry. But I think that leads me, among others, leads to some frustration that it's New York's #1 industry, and yet we commit less than 1% of the state budget towards it. I'm my 4th year in the Senate, and while there are people that work hard to support agriculture, I still think state support is severely lacking. And I like when you talked about a farmer in agriculture as a small business person. And the question that I have, and then I want to follow up, has to do with regional economic development councils and what you see. I've been frustrated with some of the lack of the awards, where the way that they score, in many cases, works against the agricultural industry because of that net number of jobs in many cases that they're looking at. Do you have any thoughts how you may be able to increase access for those in the agricultural industry to those regional economic development awards through that consolidated funding process?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that very much. I felt right at the very beginning, being a part of the Mohawk Valley Regional Council, felt like the lone farmer in the room. But having said that, I have to say last week I went to a meeting that they held, and 1/3 of the subject matter was agriculture. And I was asked to moderate a panel there about agriculture, and there were 4 young entrepreneurs on the panel that were doing connect the dots kind of activities. I think initially in our council, and I can speak to that one, there was a very high interest in high-tech, nanotech, kind of things, which region-wide are going to be very helpful and create a lot of jobs, certainly. But for small communities, there was more to the story there. And we kind of had a strategic plan exercise there where we kind of looked at what our strengths are, and our strengths are clearly agricultural. So while it's wonderful to build on the technology and the new wave in the future and the incredible interest and the benefit that technology, I think most of us have 1 or 2 cell phones on us today, etc. We still need to remember that our greatest market lies just below us, and it's agriculturally oriented, and that has to be a part of it as well. So at least in the council that I did serve on, I think they were getting the idea. It is an opportunity for a region to have impact, and I'd like to see more farmers get involved with it and pay attention to it. The lieutenant governor was at our first meeting, I have to say, and I told him this a couple of weeks ago, where he said, we want to do a better job here. It's not just about spending money, but letting us know where we can do things better in the state. And I've quoted him many times about that. So it's another point of contact. It's another way we can influence the way we spend money around the state and Empire State Development. I would add that as we go along, hopefully that process gets a little smoother. I feel like I had just gotten to know the people on the council and felt comfortable bringing up new issues and stuff. As we go along, it can work even better. But I'm optimistic about it. I really am. We have just too much going for us. I think we're on the edge of an awful lot with agriculture here. We've been like a sleeping giant for a long time. And I think we find our stride here and connect the dots. Some councils have done a great job setting up revolving loan funds in the southern tier. I know that was kind of an interesting model. So be happy to talk with you some more about that.
My other question has to do with connecting the dots. We were able to secure some funding in this year's state budget. Secretary Hooker's assistance, some seed money for a business center, agricultural business center in Wyoming County. Essentially to be the anchor of our region, so not just Wyoming County. And the whole idea is to bring government, quasi-government, private sector together under one roof, federal government, and under their state. Well, that's some things housed over their county. So my only question is, when can we get you out there?
Very soon, very soon. It feels like all I've been doing is traveling, frankly, but I can't wait to get out there because we have some mutual friends in your neighborhood, and I actually grew up in Monroe County a good part of my life, so I'm looking forward to getting back out there.
I think you'd be very interested in the business center concept and what they're looking to do.
Yes.
And I would think that there'd be an application on a large statewide. But thank you.
Yeah, let's plan on that. Thank you, sir.